The title of the photograph that I'll be talking about today is called Depart From Me, and it's located on my website called DC Nonfiction under Red Series. It's called Red Series Unseen because you can't see the subject's face in any of the photographs. Why? Because the subject could be anyone or everyone depending on the photograph and what it means. The photograph's title breaks my heart because I believe there are a lot of people this photograph pertains to, and that's why I'm doing this video. I want people to know what Jesus meant when he said those words and who he was referring to and why. The best way I've found to be able to do this is by showing you a clip of a sermon Pastor Tim Vamosi did at Cider Mill Christian Fellowship. Please continue watching.
Matthew chapter 7, starting at verse 21. Jesus says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons and perform many miracles?' And I will say to them plainly, 'I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers.'" Now, I don't think that there's a more sobering text any place in the Bible than this one. It's one thing to understand that there are going to be people who reject the Lord outrightly, who completely deny him, who outrightly rebel against him, and that they're not going to get entrance into heaven. None of us struggle with that concept. But then you come to a passage like this, and you've got some people who are self-deceived, and when you read this passage, it's rather stunning and really sobering to think that there are people who are going to call him Lord, but still not gain access into heaven. They use the name of God, but Jesus points out the problem that they have. And what is that problem? Well, the problem is that they lack something that the Lord says that's the one thing that he wants above all else. He wants a relationship. Right from the very beginning, what God does with Adam and Eve in the Bible and in the garden is he establishes this intimate personal relationship. And when sin comes into the garden, it disrupts that. And so from chapter 3 in Genesis on, the entire Bible is all about God establishing relationship. Now these people here, they think that they've got that. Now why do they think that? Well, because they're doing stuff. They've got one thing going on and then another. And the Lord looks at this and said, wait a minute. You don't understand what it really means. How many of you understand that you can do something for God but not really have a relationship with God? It's not hard for anybody to be religious or to be involved in religious activity, but still at the same time never actually have what we just talked about a few moments ago in prayer time, have a real connection with God.